Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Toon review on this lovely Monday evening, start of the week. But we'll try and get you through some, the first day with a bit of fun. We've had quite a lot of news today, guys, so there's loads to cover. Of course, we'll have a little chat about yesterday's game against Arsenal, of course, the Lionesses as well. Lots and lots to cover, so welcome in, everyone. Please make sure you have hit the like button. Yes, I'm going to be boring again. We're going to do the 1,000 like target before we look at players, because there are some today. So that is going to be hopefully second half of the show, as long as we get the likes. So let's get a like button in, everyone. Welcome in. Yeah, make sure you do hit the member button, which is underneath your like and subscribe button, if you would like to become a member and support the channel. $sign is there if you would like to donate as well and just be supportive. But make sure you subbed as well. Subscribing is always fun because it means you can come back and see more shows. And there is the shout out to our sponsor, Mamaroo Records, as well. There is a link to them down in the description below. So please make sure you check out the sponsor. They do a lot. Good evening, Billy and Lady Sam. How are we doing?
Oh, good evening to all the Magpie Massive, the Toon Review Massive, and you terrific people out there in Viewerland.
All right.
Really needed two breaths for that one. Right, lots to get through. So I think what we're going to start with, everybody, is some player reviews. How everybody got on in the game against Arsenal yesterday, the Sunday preseason friendly. I would say that maybe not everybody saw it, but the fact that there were 9,000 people watching us yesterday was insane. So thank you, everybody, for your support. The fact that, again, we are just talking heads on a YouTube channel. It's mental that we got that many people watching. You guys are just so good with support. It's incredible. But we will go through and have a little conversation about everybody. So we'll go through the first half and the starting 11 of that. So why don't you kick us off with your opinion on Nick Pope? We'll go with Sam first. I'll be mean.
I mean, I really don't know where to start with Nick Pope. I am going to give him a 5. I think it was a very meh performance. But I throughout my player ratings, I feel like there's a disclaimer for all of them. This is, science experiment time. Try some different formations and things. But goalkeeper, you would think that it should be nailed on. So, yeah, 5 from me.
Billy.
Oh, you're talking about talking heads earlier. I think that Nick Pope's on the road to nowhere. He was dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. I think he was at fault for 2 of the 3 goals. No, maybe one. But certainly the one now, Alex Murphy got the own goal. I'm going to give him a 3 because he's just like a cat on a hot tin roof. Just nervous. Didn't inspire no confidence in his defence. His distribution was dreadful. The aforementioned Alex Murphy goes on the end of one of his passes, which nearly put him into row Z. Just dreadful. Finished. Need a new keeper. Maybe not the one we're after,
though. I'm going to sit on the fence and say I don't think he's finished. However, that was atrocious. We know he's bad with his feet. A couple of errors. He's put in less technically gifted centre-halves under pressure. He's putting Alex Murphy under pressure. He effectively forced an own goal. I'll go with the 3 with Billy as well. I thought he was poor. He was real poor. It's the second preseason in the game in a row where he's had a howler, which is really concerning. So maybe that's why we're linked with a lot of keepers. Right, we'll do the back two centre halves together, Sam. So Jamal Lascelles and Dan Burn as a unit.
Poor. I didn't think it was a good game for Dan Burn. Actually, I thought that he was making mistakes, and quite prone to errors at times. Lascelles, it was great to see him back. He was going in for a couple of tackles as well, which I didn't mind seeing. So I'd probably give Dan Burn probably a 5 as well. Lascelles 5.5.
Billy.
Lack of pace between them. Lascelles' passing was awful. Burn was, as Sam said, very shaky. I'll give them both a flat 5.
Yeah, that's fair. I agree. I'm going to go with a 5. I mean, we conceded 3 goals. Jamal was reasonably good physically, but he's still getting back into the swing of things. The passing, not great. Dan Burn, 0 duels all game. Didn't contest any, so didn't win any. Weird, really weird. 5s for both the centre halves from me. I wasn't too impressed. I don't like playing both centre halves that are not competent ball playing defenders. I think we need one, and neither of them are. So not for me. Fullbacks: Sam, Kieran Trippier, and Alex Murphy.
Let's start with Trips. As ever, communicating with the team, probably one of the only ones who was shouting out, which I was getting quite frustrated at. We need to have better communication and turn the volume up on that. Trips always does that, and he was getting all over the place. I think the majority of his corners were relatively accurate and getting into dangerous positions. We just couldn't do very much with them. When we talk about Alex Murphy, bless him, I thought he worked his socks off, and actually I thought he looked all right and quite decent until the own goal went in. But I want to give the lad the benefit of the doubt. I believe it was on his weaker foot, the position that he was in. He's got to try and clear that and get a bit more confidence from Pope at the same time. So I'm curious to know what you lads think of the performance from him.
Bingo. Sorry, I'm playing my bingo card. Michael Burgess mentioned that Sven Botman is another Woodgate, which is his standard once per show. Evening, Michael. Billy, the fullbacks.
No scores, Sam.
Oh, sorry. Yes, I've just not gone for a score there. I'd probably give Trips. I give Trippier a 6. Work rate and getting into good positions. A 5.5 for Mr. Murphy. Unfortunately, for the own goal, he gets marked down.
Fair, Billy.
I thought both of them acquitted themselves really well. I thought that Trippier had a foggy face. I can't know what his name is. Trossard had in his pocket. I think he got past him once after the first goal when they were on a bit of a kind of momentum boost. But apart from that, really strong in defence, really strong going forward. Also, part of the move that happened with the goal. And Murphy, I mean, you look at his thing on paper, you think own goal. Not a great game for him, but actually, I thought it was fantastic. And he had Saka in his pocket. Really did. A young kid up against potentially the best right-hand winger in the country, English one anyway. I thought he acquitted himself really well. I'll give Trippier a 7 and I'll give Murphy a 7.5.
Whoa. I mean, Jacob Murphy plays for us, Billy. Well, I don't know what you're talking about.
Alex.
No, you said against the best right winger in the country. And I said,
right. I thought you meant.
Murphy plays for us. That's fair. I think I'm going to give both of them flat 6s. I thought Trippier was really good in the first half. I think he needed some better support positionally from in and around that right space he was defending. It doesn't help that Bruno was just being a little bit sloppy at times. We didn't read the plays into the box. I think Trippier mostly did everything he was supposed to do right. Murphy as well, absolutely loved the 1v1s. The fact that he's that competent in a 1v1 this early is fantastic. We can read in between the lines. You can get rid of the fluff and the nonsense that happened. General fullback play defensively was really, really solid. I really liked that. That's really positive. 2 6s. We'll go for the entire midfield because I appreciate we've got to get nearly 2 11s rated. So we're going to go Bruno, Tonali, and Willock all in one go, Sam.
Can I rate down significantly for Willock, the weak link in the entire team? Bruno was doing way too much fancy stuff. Tonali was consistent, who I would rate the team up against. I will give them a 6.5 because I'm rating down for Willock.
Fair. Billy?
Yeah, Willock, though better than last week, it was a low bar to jump over. It was dreadful last week. Yeah, yesterday was more nondescript, didn't do anything really. Tonali, I thought was very, very good. Very, very good. And Bruno was trying to do too much. So I think 6 is fair over to 3. Yeah.
Tonali's involvement for the goal was outstanding. Incredible. Bruno, a little bit sloppy at times. We wouldn't have conceded had he not messed around with it. It does happen sometimes with him. He just assumes he's going to get the free kick and he doesn't always get it. I loved his long shot. That was cool. Willock was... he's a very lucky boy that Longstaff was behind him in the pecking order, because if he wasn't, he'd have been gone. So he's quite fortunate to still be around, to be honest. We've been really patient with him as a fan base, and we really love what he used to do, but we kind of need it back because it's been a long time, Joe, and we need some helpmate in midfield. We really do, because Joe Linton's not the fittest of players. He does get injured. I'll go for a collective 6.5. Great from Tonali, a bit meh from Bruno, a couple of mistakes, and then obviously Bullock dragging it down. And the front three: Sam, Anthony Elanga, William Osula, and Anthony Gordon.
Yeah, I am going to go for I will give them a 5.5, In fact, no, I tell a lie. I'm going to give them a 6. Work rate on Anthony Gordon, I thought was fantastic. Very, very defensively minded as ever. Was struggling to still see that final product, but I think that was due to the midfield. I thought he was getting into good positions and he was getting targeted quite a lot. So I thought he did quite well there. Osula, the chaotic workhorse, absolutely love his energy, but starting to see more sparks from him, like that he's getting more game time. There's definitely something there to be honed, but no finishing product. Elanga, great to see him get his first goal, looking busy. We're seeing those pacey runs already. There was one point my eyes were popping out of my head when I saw him make a run from our own half. So yeah, good stuff.
Billy?
I agree with all of that. Every word of it, really. I will say that Elanga was partly to blame for the first goal. His pass to Bruno did put him in trouble, though Bruno didn't have to do what he did after that. But yeah, work rate from Gordon was great. He was kicked a lot, in fact. Osula, lots of promise. He did give the two centre-halves of Arsenal a real game. And they knew they would have been in a battle. So kudos to him for that. But yeah, yet to be... kind of with chances, he doesn't seem to be in the areas where the chances come. But you can blame it on the service, I guess. And Elanga's pace is great. His work rate's great. And he scored a goal, which was quite lucky, I suppose. But at the end of the day, the quality of the goal didn't show on the stats afterwards. So, yeah, I think 6 is fair.
Yeah, I'll agree. I'll go with that. I absolutely loved the pressing. I thought they were terrified of us when we were pressing. We just didn't really make it count, unfortunately. Osula was an absolute menace. I'm really excited to see what he can do. Hopefully, if we can refine his skills, because some of the general raw ingredients he possesses are so potent. It's insane. His tenacity, his power, his pace. He's terrifying. A few times David Raya was absolutely cacking his pants because he was terrified of what was going to happen. And he had a stinker, David Raya, to be fair. Elanga, good goal. He was in the right position at the right time. You've got to be in the mixer to score that. And Gordon, I would have liked to have seen more from him in an attacking sense. Very clever occasionally in defensive, tracking back when Alex Murphy was caught high up the pitch. However, I do think Gordon deserved more protection from the referee. It was very clear what the game plan was, and that stopped it in a friendly. Regardless of the fact it's a friendly, it kind of ruined Gordon's game. And it's a friendly for a reason. It's for fitness and practice. So to kick the living daylights out of someone in a friendly, the referee needs to be more aware of that. And I thought the officials were absolutely shocking for both teams. They were bad for Arsenal and they were bad for us. They were awful. But yeah, I think that's fair for the front three. Shall we rate all of the substitutes? Right, so a lot of things happened at half-time. The back four completely changed, but Pope stayed in goal. So we'll go the 2 replacement centre-halves, Sam, Fabian, Cher and Sven Botman, even though Sven didn't get that much time.
Yeah, Sven didn't get that much time. Do hope he is okay. Starting to get a little bit concerned that he may be our new man of glass. I think it was reminiscent of last season when he came back after injury. He seemed to take a little bit of time to get into it and then started to show promise again. Fabian Shaw just, he was giving it all, but just didn't seem to have that edge that we used to seeing from him. So I'm going to say probably a 5.5 for them.
Cool. Billy?
Botman, the 20 minutes he was on, looked very calm and cool. He's gone off with a different injury, though. It's hamstring rather than his knee, isn't it? Although it could be connected.
I thought it was groin, no?
One of the two, but it may be connected and maybe he's compensating somehow. But while he was on, he looked sound as he did last week. And then Cher, well, I thought it was dreadful, absolutely awful. One or two good passes, but apart from that, defensively really, really poor. I'll probably give Botman a 7 and Cher a 4. So make it that what you will.
Botman never seems injured. Every time he comes off, I'm like, oh, I'm not really surprised because he's not been behaving in the previous minutes like he's got a problem. He just runs around like the Terminator and then goes, oh, I've got to come off now. What do you mean you've got to come off? You look fine. It's really weird. But anyway, hopefully he does have a swift recovery and it is just like not a repeat of the knee. If it is a separate issue, hopefully we can sort this out. Botman, I agree with Billy. And Sam, to be fair. Fine. Really, really solid. Doesn't look any different. Fabian Cher, some fantastic passes. Loved it. Found his range straight away. But his focus, he did not find. Just... Have you ever seen those bloopers where the goalkeepers forget where they're positioned in the goal? That's what Fabian Cher sometimes does in front of his box, and it's really weird. I don't know what's gone wrong with him in the last 12 months, but he was at fault for many a goal last season doing the same thing. Just weird because it's the last thing you expect from your centre half. If he was getting done on pace, absolutely fair enough. You know, he's in his 30s. If you've got 23-year-old strikers running at you, we can forgive him for that. But it's positioning, which typically is a strength of older centre halves. So I don't know, weird one. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat and you two, but I think his positioning has just been so odd, and his decision making at times defensively is peculiar.
Yeah, I agree. It's almost as if he's, I don't know. It's hard to describe it, isn't it? It's just something he never used to do, and now he's started it quite regularly. But
I think it's cognitive. It's positional. Like his decision making is slower. I think it's cognitive.
You think it's down to age?
Yeah, I do.
I don't know. I don't think I know enough about sports psychology to think is your decision making to get slower? Is it your legs get go? Is it your reactions? Possibly.
I think reaction. I think it's like reaction, time to make a decision. Like because he seems always 2 seconds too late.
Yeah, it's a funny one. If only we could roll back the years for Fabian, we'd have a fantastic starting pair. We'll go for all of the wing-backs, full-backs that got subbed on afterwards, which was lots. So we're going to do this a bit weird. We'll go Emil Kraft, Matt Targett, Tina Livramento, and I'm going to throw in Harrison Ashby. Sorry, Sam, you've got to remember 4 things all at once.
Oh, my God.
So Kraft and Targett first.
Targett. Oh my God, I just think about the wage and it makes me want to vomit in my mouth. Just absolute waste of space. Like we need him gone. Can't wait for that contract to run down. Who else did? Tino. Tino was great. I think Tino did really well. Back into the stride again. He did well in the under 21s as well. So defensively minded as ever. Again, I think we're seeing that thing like we did last season, like getting forward a little bit more. So we need to build his confidence on that. Who else did we say? Was it Kraft?
Yeah, Kraft. Yeah.
Kraft, Targett, Livramento, and Ashby.
Yeah, Ashby. Nah, you're done, mate. I didn't see anything of particular promise. Like, runs about like he's doing a lot, but he's not. And I don't think positionally he was too sound to actually make an impact on the game. Kraft looking to get stuck in there, but yeah, no. It wasn't great, so I'm going to give them a 4.5.
I think we got the lot. Billy, same 4.
Yeah, we'll start off with Kraft. Yeah, just got done a few times, but he was playing at centre half in a 3 for a while. Didn't really get to grips with it, I didn't think. Targett was shown up by a 15-year-old kid. He was absolutely all over him and ran past him on many occasions. So he was poor, very poor. Who's the other 2? Ashby, I thought was quite promising, actually. I thought he played quite well. I thought defensively he was pretty good. I thought he was good going forward as well. Possibly the best we've seen of him, to be fair to him. And the other one? Who's the other one? Livramento. Yeah, he's great, as always. I'll give him all of... if I was marking individually, I'd give Ashby a 6.5. I'd give Livramento a 7. give Kraft a 5, and I'd give the other one, whoever that may be, I've forgotten already. Come on, tell me.
Kraft, Target, Livramento, Ashby.
Target, I'll give him a 2. Dreadful.
Interesting. Emil Kraft, steady 5. He was all right. Nothing to write home about. Matt Target got nutmeg twice. Go home, Matt. Go home, Matthew. I'm going to call you Matthew now. Not Matty. There's no Matty T. There's no Matt. Matthew. Go home. That is enough. Lewis Hall cannot come back soon enough. Toon and Livramento, our double trophy winner for last season, and obviously for the U21 Euros, was really, really solid. Had to shimmy about a lot because of all the substitutions. I've forgotten who I need to do now as well. Is it just Ashby?
Ashby, yeah.
Ashby. Sorry, Sam. I thought he was quite good.
Oh.
I thought he was crap for the first 3 minutes he was on. He got done defensively and then grew into the game confidence-wise. 7 out of 7 ground duels. He put up a good fight. He completed 3 dribbles. He had a cheeky little volley on target as well. Was it on target or just over? He had a chance to maybe score.
Yeah.
I think it was straight at the keeper, wasn't it? Came on and looked completely out of his depth, and then within 3 minutes settled his nerves and just, I thought, was fine. I still don't think good enough to end up in a black and white shirt long term, but if we can get him some confidence, we might be able to get some money for him. And we don't dislike our own players. We want him to have a good career, and we want to also mutually benefit the club, get a bit of doula. So that would be nice. Midfielders who came on, Sam, we had Big Joe, Lewis Miley. Big Joe, Lewis Miley. Those are the midfielders.
Miley, very disappointing for me. I just think he hasn't reached those heights again, but that could be a minute thing. I don't want to write him off. I think he's definitely a talent for the future, but just we haven't seen it of late. And the weekend was no exception to that. Joe Linton just powerhousing in, and I think he caused us some big problems. I think that was a nudge that was unnecessary in a dangerous position. But it's the type of power that we absolutely need. So I would still give him I'd probably give him I'm going to give him a 5.5 actually. Who else did we say? There's 2. Oh, this is
Big Joe.
Too complicated. Big Joe. That was who I was giving the 5.5 to. Miley, probably a 4 for Miley. I think positionally he just seemed out of whack. I would have liked to have seen him taking more players on and stuff, and maybe being a bit more technical like we've seen before. Yeah, I'm not feeling it for Miley.
I think Billy's going to disagree with you here, Sam.
I am. Look, I thought Miley was very good. I thought it was excellent, in fact. And out of the 2, I thought Miley looked the more composed, stamped his authority on the game more than Joe did. Joe was a bit clumsy, I thought, and in the end gave a penalty away. So I'd give the marks the other way around. I'd give Miley a 6.5, and I'd give Joe a 5.
Yeah, I did like a couple of attacks from Big Joe, quite physical, but it took a lot of people to get the ball off him. But then, the rest of it wasn't as maybe as impressive. Lewis Miley, I mean, apologies to go against you, Sam, but I thought it was a little bit improved from Lewis Miley. I saw 2 defensive runs, which I'm really normally quite critical of him about. He doesn't seem to track back quick enough in the transition, and he did it twice against Arsenal, which I was really happy with. And then a few occasions pulled some strings on the edge of their 18-yard box. Looked a little bit more composed, looked settled at the level, which is what he did when he first broke through. So first time I've seen that in a while. So I was a little bit happy with Lewis Miley. Maybe 6.5 for Miley. Probably go 4.5 for Joe. Although, to be fair to Big Joe, Matt Target completely done him up like a kipper. So
he did,
Matt
Target
just Big Joe. I mean, he probably could have just let down and carry on, but he brought him down. It is what it is. Right, we'll just do John Ruddy on his own. Keep it simple. Sam, John Ruddy, do you want to do this one?
Well, it's a step up from the dressing gown photo shoots. So it was a big ask of the lad. do you know what? When he stepped up, I thought, oh, he looks confident here. He's got a lot of experience. But yeah, he's coaching staff. He's not at the level. I don't blame him for not making the save. But yeah, it is what it is. But he's not what we need by far.
Also had a black eye.
He did have a black eye. What? I don't know what that was about. But...
He probably had a fall. A
bit of a turn. To that age, doesn't it? Go on, Billy.
He made some good reflexes saves, which was fair enough. I think he's still trying to get down to that penalty now. I don't think it took him that long to get down to it.
He wasn't that bad.
But yeah, he was better than Pope, that's for certain. I'll give him a 6.
All right, some of the wingers that came on. It was
You're not marking Ruddy. That's a bit unfair. Get on with it. You mark Ruddy.
Ruddy can have a 5 because it was a good save. There was one good save. Wingers in Jacob Murphy and Harvey Barnes. Sam, Jacob Murphy, Harvey Barnes.
Murphy was lively, really spirited performance. Obviously got the goal. I thought he was getting into some good positions and taking some risks. Really enjoyed what I saw of Murphy. So I will give him. I'll give him a 6.5.
What about Barnes?
A little bit slow for Barnes. Oh, hold on, I've got a beer. 1 second. Thank you.
Delivery.
I know, delivery. Wee. I will give Barnes. I don't think he did very much. To be quite honest with you, so I'll give him a positionally all right, maybe a 5.
Billy.
I agree. Great goal from Murphy. Looked very, very lively. Genuinely 2-footed. That's a great finish with his left into that bottom corner. And I agree with Sam. Barnes did try and get into the game. Probably couldn't inside a bit too much. But the effort was there and his positional play was okay. And I agree with Sam. Again, 5.
Yeah, I agree with you both there. I think Barnes was a little bit anonymous. Dropped into midfield and looked better when he was dropping deeper. I really, really liked Jacob Murphy. Well, there was a lot of crap, to be fair. There was a lot he did wrong, but it's because he was trying to be ultra creative. And in preseason, I don't mind that. He was trying to make loads of weird stuff happen. Fine, fair enough. It's a friendly. It's what you do. And it was a cracking left-footed finish. He definitely spotted Raya having a little kip. Brilliant finish. Yeah, I'm going to go 8 for Jacob Murphy, even though there was some mistakes in there, but he was trying. And Barnes, maybe a 5.5. And there was just Sean Neve, little Sean up front. We have we have one Sean out, one Sean in. What about young Neve, Sam?
Do you know what? I think he's taking his opportunities. I think getting into some right positions and trying to press, trying to make something happen. He's obviously not got the skill and the level yet, but enjoyed what he did. So I'll probably give him a 5.5.
Yeah, Billy.
Yeah, the very least you can expect from him is work rate, and he gave lots of that. His prep was great. Yet to really see with the ball at his feet or with in front of goal. I agree with everything Sam said. Yeah, 5.5.
Yeah, I mean, I've just seen Irish Assassin's comment there as I'm about to start talking about Sean Neve. I couldn't disagree with you more, Irish Assassin. I think he looked fine. I think physically he was okay. Well, his pressing was good. A couple of link-up situations, tried a few 1-2s. Nothing wrong with it. I thought it was fine. I can see why they rate him so highly. You can clearly see based on a few of the movements and reading and when to press. It was fine. Nothing wrong with it. So I'll go 5.5. But overall, guys, we lost the game. But I think it was really, really good for minutes and legs, tactics and practice. So it could have been, considering we lost 4-0 to Celtic, that could have been a really, really bad game and could have been quite embarrassing. It wasn't. We held our own. We managed to get 2 11s on the pitch pretty much and give everyone a really good run out and a test. Unfortunately, Botman's got a groin issue, so that's probably the main downside, but ultimately not terrible. Let's just do a few super chats before we move on, guys. Otherwise, it's going to get away from me by the end of the show. So Chris Foster, thank you for being a member. I think that's a new membership, so much appreciate, Chris. Welcome to the channel. Carl Ross Pritchard. Carl Ross Pritchard became a YouTube member. Is that a dog sitting. I'm
Yes,
going to
it
say
is.
sitting on
Yeah.
a Sunderland shirt. I love the profile picture.
He's shitting on
Jazz.
Paul's bath mat. I love it.
It is indeed. It is Paul's bath mat. $4.99 super chat, Jazz. Thank you. Ramsdale is the final straw for me. Couldn't think of a more ambitionless. Is that a word? Ambitionless / pathetic signing. Eddie out, Andy out, PIF out. We are a joke. That is a very strong message, Jazz. Very, very strong. I also not keen on Ramsdale.
Say what you really think. Say what you really think, Jazz.
Well, we may or may not be looking at Ramsdale today, guys. So make sure you do hit the like button. When we get to 1,000, we'll look at some players. Ricky Thomas, thank you for your £10 super chat. We are the laughing stock of the Prem. It's embarrassing. We'll never compete with the cartel and Big Five. Who's the sixth that's dropped out of that then? Ricky, who've you lost? You've lost one of them.
Probably Spurs.
Probably Spurs or Man United. It's proven this window, all fur coat and no knickers. Well, I've not heard that one before.
I love that phrase. My mum says it. My mum says it all the time.
It's a great saying.
Ramsdale is our level. He's bloody not, Ricky Thomas. But thank you for your super chat. Michael Fulcher, thank you for your 3 months membership. Aaron Ramsdale, what an exciting time to be a Newcastle United supporter. That's the sarcasm I love.
I like that.
Jay Sweet, member for 1 month. Osula is better than Isak. I mean, he was available and not injured. So technically, yes, for the moment. Martin Brophy, thank you for the membership for 19 months. Happy Monday, all. Can we also start doing a PIF rating after each preseason? Each transfer window is possibly a fair shout. Peter Garthwaite, thank you for your £5 super chat. Reports are stating that the PIF are frustrated that Eddie is constantly changing his mind on targets. I think Eddie Howe has shown weakness leaving Isak out. Well, Peter, if that's true, they shouldn't have. Well, they're the ones hiring the people above Eddie. So we'll have to wait and see.
Don't look, Peter, to go after Eddie Howe for everything. It really is.
Jill, thank you for your gifting another Toon Review memberships. That's every show this week, Jill. You're very much contributing to the channel. I Like Coffee. Thank you for your 40. What is
Indian
that?
rupees.
Josh, Indian rupees. Yes, it is. Thank you. If Dalman does that to Target, what about Yamal? Well,
let's hope that doesn't
probably
happen.
tie his shoelaces for him with his feet.
Let's hope that doesn't happen, eh?
Ilias, thank you for your 25 Norwegian kroner. How many close friends does Isak have? Sell him. Well, it seems like he's got loads within the group. So again, this is why it's all quite weird. Nilias again with the 25 Norwegian kroner. Newcastle fans are delusional. 100 feelings. Number one. Sorry, that was a sentence apparently.
Thanks
That
for the
hurt
super chat,
my
though,
brain.
Ilias. Very kind of you.
Yeah, thank you for you. What are we delusional about?
Yeah, it's a shit show.
game?
I'm steeped. I'm anchored in the reality of the shit show that we are currently in.
Yeah, and if this had been a show where we were saying we were the best, I would completely understand that comment. But we're all a little bit somber at the moment. We're kind of waiting for
encouraging window.
Yeah. Right, come on then. Let's have a chat about it, Sam. I'm sure you're absolutely raring to talk about the lot.
Yes, let's have a bit of that.
Something else there.
I did. I thought you were going to talk about Newcastle. Yes, the Lionesses, absolutely class. We did not make any game in this tournament easy for ourselves. We fought for some really decent wins that we had, and literally took it down sometimes to the 11th hour. I've never known so many penalty shootouts, so many poor penalty shootouts as well. Serena, please practice those next time. But my goodness, we brought it home in style. Kelly, our lass, like last year, just magical moments. I think all of the media coverage that they've been doing from the Lionesses Instagram has been great to get people involved, to get eyeballs on the women's game as well. We've got obviously the parade happening, and that's going to be streamed at 12 p.m. tomorrow, I believe it is. So yeah, if you're around, please check that out. It'll be great to see the lasses lift the cup on home turf. It's home again, folks. What did you think, lads?
I thought it was amazing. Honestly, the character, the personality, everything about what they did last night was phenomenal. You've got a lass on the pitch there who's played the whole tournament with a broken leg. I mean, come on. A North East lass at that. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. I thought Jess Carter, after the tournament she's had, she's been poor. she's had a real slated, nasty abuse online, which we all do not condone, of course. She came in last night and she was absolutely fantastic. Her and Williamson at the centre defence were great. And the work rate of all of them was just phenomenal. And I had a tear in my eye and a lump in my throat, and I was really proud to be English last night. Thought they were fantastic.
Did you notice that the lasses were actually saying that in their interviews as well, which I absolutely loved? I'm proud to be English. I'm proud to wear the 3 lions. I absolutely loved that.
And do you know what else as well? I mean, Serena Wiegman is the manager. She's been in 5 tournaments now, and every single one, major tournaments that is, every single one she's made the final. She's an absolute genius. She really is.
Yeah, I enjoyed it as well. I thought we played a lot better than the previous couple of fixtures as well. There was a little bit more quality, a little bit more desire. It wasn't. I didn't feel that kind of. Although it was a final, I wasn't quite as anxious. I thought, if it's going to go to pens, it's going to go to pens. I absolutely loved the winning penalty as well. There were some poor penalties in the shootouts. That's it happens. But the winning penalty, a few of them were fantastic as well. And as you said, Lucy Bronze was what a story that was with the broken tibia plus a knee issue on the opposite leg as well. Is just outrageous. So really, really impressive. Of course, we've had the first £1 million transfer in the ladies' game recently. Newcastle ladies going to be playing at Gateshead International Stadium next year. We've got the Lionesses winning, so things are going up, up, up for ladies football. It's lovely to see. We are going to talk about lots on the Toon review, thanks to our lovely lady Sam over here. So we'll move away from the Lionesses. There you go. We had to have a chat about it because it was so.
The ref was shite as well. The ref was absolutely dreadful. Might as well put a Spain shirt on.
Guys, we do need the 1,000 likes before we start talking about players. We're not even at 700 yet, so make sure you click the like button. There's nearly 3,000 people here, so hit the like button. We'll talk about football players. Really, really simple. Make sure you are subscribed as well, so you can come back and watch loads more shows. You can become a member by clicking the membership sign, which is underneath kind of Sam Billy down in that corner. And there is also a $sign if you want to donate and support the channel. Shall we have a look at some of our Northeast correspondents on Twitter, guys, and have a look at the news? Through the grapevine, in the grapevine. I forgot how to English today.
I bet you're wondering how I knew.
Right, let's put Keith on the screen. Cool. Keith, what's going on? Well, it's this story. We've got to look at it before we look at the player. Sorry, Sam. Aaron Ramsdale, keen on the move on personal terms.
That is
a problem. But Newcastle still need to come to agreement with Southampton. And a formal bid is yet to be made. Thank God for that. Discussions are over a loan deal with an option to make it permanent next summer. This was Keith Downey's exclusive 6 hours ago, apparently. Plus, he's retweeted it a bit more. Billy, we'll start with you. On a scale of 1 to absolutely no, how do you feel about Aaron Ramsdale?
I expect the very least for our goalkeeper to have no issues with concentration. He's admitted to it. He has spells in the game where he just doesn't concentrate. Not what I want in a goalkeeper. And while he has more strings to his bow as a goalkeeper than what we've got, no, not for me.
Sam?
Really? Do you know what is good for Southampton sketches and promo videos? I want him nowhere near a black and white shirt. What ambition is this showing in our window? Like it's vomit inducing that we are this level, that we are going for this because we are too slow in this window. It's a disgrace. It's a real disgrace. I don't want to see him at the club. I do not want to see him at the club.
I agree. I share everybody's sentiment here. We will potentially, as long as we hit the like targets, guys, we will go and have a look at him. But we do have supposedly 4 keepers who are good enough to be in the senior squad and playing matches. And obviously that's Nick Pope, Martin Dubravka, Odysseus Vlachodimos, and Mr. John Ruddy. That's 4 goalkeepers that, Vlachodimos was playing for Forest. He was playing in the Champions League a couple of years ago. Well, maybe 3 years ago now. Ruddy, of course, playing for Birmingham City in the Championship, put in some reasonable performances there. And we know what Dubravka and Pope have done for us recently. So that's 4 goalkeepers. Why are we buying a 5th, or at least bringing one on loan when we've still even got Gillespie setting out the cones and organising the parties. It is a joke. What about poor young Max Thompson? What are we supposed to do with our goalkeepers? It's
Well, Alex, can I say something else on this? Because for me, the club have come out and, well, not the club, sorry, Eddie himself has said that we are understaffed. We are on skeleton staff, yet we're investing our time in a keeper, given the situation we're in. This is ludicrous. This makes absolutely zero sense that we were even in the realms of thinking about this. We could have held firm with what we've got, prioritize our time. We can't even prioritize time. That's insane. Like, forget persuading players to come. Know who you're going after, but for a keeper, oh my God, I'd take.
Yeah, I mean, at the risk of sounding stroppy and venomous to the club I love, I completely agree with you. I think it's quite negligent from anybody involved in the decision making to be putting a lot of time into a Ramsdale loan, given the situation of the rest of our squad at the moment and the transfer saga. It's even if we do have other plates spinning, this doesn't look good. It looks really bad. So it might be that we do have the time that we're putting in other areas and we're blowing it a bit out of proportion as a fan base because we don't know how it works internally. But they've not filled us with confidence by...
Well, they've actually admits to it. They can only work at 1-0 at a time.
Well, exactly. They're not filling us with confidence by saying things like that and by stringing all these transfers out, moving slowly. We lost Trafford because of the pace of transfer deals. It's poor. It really is poor. So, yeah, not the greatest look from the outside in. We do have some more news as well from...
Before we go any further, someone said, I don't understand that the Ramsdale hate. Well, it's been relegated every club he's played for, apart in the Premier League, apart from Arsenal, which I guess would be virtually impossible to get relegated. But Sheffield United, Bournemouth, I think he was at Burnley as well, wasn't he? All three. God.
Cursed.
He's the new Nigel Quasi for all those old people out there.
Ben Jacobs trying to ship Benjamin Sesko to Manchester United, seemingly today several times. Manchester United shouldn't be discounted in the race for Benjamin Sesko, even though Newcastle, the club, pushing. Lots of internal support to formalise a move, but outgoings needed. MUFC pitched to Sesko a year ago and prepared to meet his terms. And that has also come from Florian Plettenberg as well, the Sky Sports correspondent in Germany, is also blowing smoke up somewhere. MUFC have presented the player with clear figures and their project. They have a plan. This is news to everyone, probably even Manchester United fans. Sesko is impressed by Man United's efforts to sign him. What? Is that not tapping up, if that's a thing? Surely if that sentence is true, that means it's tapping up.
Impressed by the wage is what he's impressed by, not the project. Jesus.
However, Newcastle are fully in the race and not backing down. An offer is ready to be submitted at any time. Oh, lovely. We're braced for an offer. Receiving and giving, apparently. Leipzig are now demanding at least 80 million euros. Bloody hell.
What's that in proper biscuits?
In proper biscuits?
About 69, something like that.
60, 65? 60? Oh, hang on. I'll do it. European biscuits to pounds. It is... I know there's probably loads of people typing in the chat. Don't worry, because you're delayed and I'll do it quicker. 69 pounds.
Yes.
Yeah.
£69?
69 and a half. 69 and a half million pounds, to be more specific. Yeah. So, unfortunately, this is turning out to be a saga in itself. I'm getting really bored of transfer sagas now. It's normally my favourite time of the year. But it's gone from Ekitike to now a Benjamin Sesko, and now we've got Man United kind of barking up our tree as well, which is very concerning. Should we be worried about this, Sam? Are they just going to offer 1.5 times the wages and we're just going to have to walk away from this as well?
Yeah. Just move straight on to option E, because A, B, C, D.
I think we've done that bit. I think we're on about J now.
Yeah. And I mean, trying to be quite balanced and not take this out on Andy, but I'm going to. ultimately we look like we're going for the right targets because all the big boys are in for the same people as us. It's our execution which is slowing us down. Really, really is. As you said earlier, Alex, we've heard it from the man himself, Eddie. We're working on one deal at a time. I'm sorry, but you should have come up with a strategy before this. This is absolutely appalling. We need, like, you should have a strategy if someone is a flight risk. Paul Mitchell's always been a flight risk. We should have come up with a strategy to deal with that on low staff. We've handled this incredibly wrong. I think he probably will go to Man U. We clearly don't have the nous to actually sell this project anymore.
Do you really think Andy Howe's going to walk into the PIF boardroom and do his Eric Morecambe impression? I'm going for all the right players, but not necessarily in the right order.
Do you know what? Here's an interesting point. If at the end of the window, let's try and reserve judgment a little bit here. If this falls flat on its face, what is Eddie going to do if PIF call for somebody's head? It's got to fall to Andy Howe. What's going to happen then?
Well, or Nixon or someone, but we don't know who's pulling all
Nixon
of the
first, wouldn't
it? Shouldn't be.
Yeah. Guys, make sure you do hit the like button because when we hit 1,000 likes, we will review players. So we're not there yet.
We're holding people in the chat. It's a second. Bang.
841 likes. Get us to 1,000 and we'll start looking at players directly. Whereas at the moment, we're going to look at stories. That being said, I was going to say something off the back of what you said then, Sam, and I've completely forgotten what it was.
Well, I'm going to come in with something else, address Steve's comment there about, well, we don't have the wages. Well, if we get in there early and sell a project, you know, I think we 100%. Can compete. We have to get in early before anybody else and make us look absolutely brilliant to make people want to sign for us for the wages that we are offering, or go for appropriately leveled targets. That's where we're going wrong. So it's not just about wages, because we've been in worse positions.
Billy, there's some really sad news in the chat.
Is there?
Callum Wendo is going to Brighton. Apparently, according to loads of people in the chat. And a few people have bigged him up as well.
Typical Brighton and Albion signing, isn't it? The kids.
You heard it here first, guys. Callum Wendo is going to be an absolute baller next season, and he's going to be the next best thing. Because we've been tracking Callum Wendo since he was still on the books at PSG. This must have been, I think we did shows on him the season Bruno joined us, so it was a while ago. We were reviewing him as a player. I've watched quite a lot of him, not in the last 12 to 18 months, but used to watch quite a lot of him. He was very good. So yeah,
we watched him when we were scouting Hugo Ekitike many years ago.
All back when, yeah,
for his 2 minutes appearance, and Callum Wendo ruled the roost in that game. He was outstanding.
He was absolutely fantastic. Well, that is a big shame. 9:26, guys. Make sure you keep hitting the like button, and we will review players. Of course, we've got the goalkeeping situation to review, and we do have a striker that we also are going to look at today. Yeah, you might not like it, but we've been linked, so we're going to talk about it. I'm not sure Sam knows who this is, so this is going to be hilarious.
Sorry. That is just dropped.
It's just dropped, has it?
It's just
with
dropped.
Billy's comment.
Ruined my entire day.
It's not DCL. We're not looking at Dominic Calvert-Lewin, guys. It's someone else. Although he has been.
Alex has to give us a bar that's super low. It could be worse. It could be DCL.
This bar is getting so bloody low. You could roll over it.
At least we might win the European Limbo Championships next year.
It's tragic. Right, come on, guys. Hit the likes. We're nearly there. 9:57. A few more, and we will review players. We have a striker to review, and we have a goalkeeper to review. And I have got them against the current statistics as well of existing strikers and goalkeepers. So we will have a look at all of that. While we are waiting for the like target to hit, we have some fun news to share. Newcastle United sign Rangers Academy duo. Woohoo! So this is on the Newcastle United website if you would like to go and read the article for yourselves. Mr. Goodbrand, I don't know much about them. I'll have to go and have a little look. And Alfie Hutchinson as well. I believe. Person. I know me and Sam were having that joke before we started. He's definitely got a good brand, doesn't he? Alfie Hutchinson, I think we had a chat about a few months ago when it was first rumoured. And then, of course, Oliver Goodbrand as well. So Goodbrand and Hutchinson, both 16-year-old Scotland youth internationals, will link up with Chris Moore's under-18 squad as first-year scholars. Sounds like they're going to Hogwarts. I love it. Goodbrand has risen through the youth ranks at Rangers after regularly featuring for the club's under-18 side, made his B-team debut last season, aged 15, in a 5-0 win over Partick Thistle in the Glasgow Cup. Let's go down to Hutchinson as well. Joined Rangers from Hearts in 2024. Represented Scotland at under 15 level as well. Made his Rangers B-team debut last season. So impressive supplementation of the youth academy. We are definitely having to pick up some impressive players from here, there, or everywhere to try and maybe fast track the damage and negligence from Mike Ashley. Does either of you two know anything about these two? Because I don't really. I know we were
nothing at all. But what I will say is that maybe this indicates that Mr. Wilson may be coming in as our technical, whatever you want to call him, sport director. Ross Wilson, was at Rangers.
Yeah, that is a good shout, actually.
Good point.
Interesting.
Good point, Billy. I think for me, Alex, we're having to significantly make up for time from our academy and youth. I think that was always probably in Mitchell's sights. That was quite a strong attribute on his CV. And I think it's right for us to do so. We see what players like, Chelsea and, Arsenal are doing, like bringing through academy youth players, and they look absolutely fantastic. We need to get this pipeline of talent going, and I think we're making the right move. So out of this window, the probably positive things coming out of it are most definitely the men's academy, and also obviously the women's signings that have been made in the women's move. So
yeah, I mean, Exhibit A is Max Dowman for Arsenal the other night. The academies. There's so many players that have come through at Arsenal in recent years. Saka is one, Nwaneri. They've got players. They got a transfer fee from El Smith Rowe. This is what we need. We need a pipeline like this because it helps fill in the gaps in a monetary sense. That you've got 30 and 40 mil gaps in the squad that you can fill with an academy player. Of course, you do have to finance the academy, but it's so much easier doing it that way. Guys, we hit the like target.
Sorry.
Go on, Sam.
I was going to say, am I right in thinking that academy and women are outside of the PSR ruling? Is that right?
I can't remember. I think it used to be, and then I think they changed it. It used to not count towards it, and I can't remember if they changed it. I could be completely making that up. I can't remember
if
exactly.
If clubs are selling the women's teams, it must have something to do with PSR because Everton's doing it now, as well as Chelsea.
Yeah, you used to be able to write it off or have it discounted off of the books when it was academy or women's team, but I think it got changed. So now it's inclusive, I think. Again, I can't remember exactly. So correct me, guys, in the chat if I'm wrong. But we have hit 1,000 likes. So Billy, do you want to give us another hee again as we bring our striker?
Hee Shamon, motherfucker.
And here he is. Happy Monday, everyone. Here is Nicolas Jackson that we have been linked with. Hooray. The Chelsea striker, 24 years old. He's on £100,000 a week, and he's contracted until basically next millennium. June 2033 is outrageous as a contract. Of course, Senegal did beat England recently because Thomas the Tank Engine's quite interesting with our national team setup. 6'1", great physicality, great speed, great movement, great everything. Just is a bit of a dope in front of goal sometimes, and does have a bit of an attitude and a fouling problem. Gets a lot of red cards as well. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, just to kind of maybe play the devil's advocate a little bit. If I scroll all the way past his stats, what do you think about that, Billy?
A very impressive list, all of which are better than the player we're reviewing.
Yes, indeed. But this just goes to show that the style of striker that he is does tick a lot of boxes. It's why we all thought he was going to be very, very good. He profiles incredibly well. He's definitely just missing that final bit of pizzazz. And as a 24-year-old, I'm gonna put my neck out there, put my neck on the line, and say,
Careful, he'll fucking kick
think,
it.
I do think at the right club, he could be double the player he is at Chelsea. I definitely do think there's a player there. I just don't want us to be the club that has to figure this out and fix him. I'd rather we just went somewhere else because we can't afford to get this wrong. In terms of his actual contributions and his output, it's not terrible at all. Since he's been at Chelsea, he got 14 goals and 5 assists. So that's 19 goal contributions in a season. Last season, it was 10 and 5. So it was only the same amount that sort of you were getting from Anthony Gordon, Harvey Barnes. So it's not as bad as the social media banterers and Twitterites tend to tell you. It's fine on paper.
Less minutes as well. That's how that season. You know, he's got another
less minutes as well. Exactly. So to be completely honest, that's not bad at all. People are massively overinflating it with jokes and banter. He's not a bad player. He just there's a lot of comedy about how he plays. He gets his red cards and he's a bit of a meme. So I think they do him a bit dirty. He's not a terrible player, and I think he could be good. But again, I'm going to say it again. I don't want to be the club that has to try and figure him out and fix this. The data is really, really positive. Again, it profiles similarly to Isak on paper. You've got 3.08 shots per 90, which is really, really high volume of shot creating actions for teammates. He's good at carrying the ball. It's solid. He's energetic. He's reasonable in defensive metrics as well. You know, Chelsea play that kind of way. He's a good player. I just don't really want him in a black and white shirt. He's going to cost a hell of a lot of money. He's on a fat contract. I don't like his attitude either. That is my personal opinion, despite him he does tick loads of boxes. He's Prem proven as well. Sam, how do you feel about Nicolas Jackson?
Sigh. For me, he is on a hell of a lot of beer tokens. I just think that he's not the right player for us. I am not a fan of his attitude. I don't want any broken birds that Eddie and Tyndall have to coach into professional behaviour, taken away from tactics and reaching a ceiling. I don't think he's necessarily a bad player, but I think he's got a bit of a concentration problem for me, and he's very headstrong, and which is why he gets himself into trouble a few times. I just think he's so expensive. He is so expensive for the output that he's had. Not for me. He's not for me. No, please no.
Billy?
Well, they want £70 million for him, which is, I guess, the going rate.
I didn't actually know that. That's ridiculous.
I mean,
this guy is such a gamble.
He is a massive gamble. On his day, he's a very, very good player. He's caused lots of problems. Worked very well against the Ange Spurs defence, and every time he played against them, took advantage. Saw him get a hat trick one night against them. But in front of goal, he's dreadful. I'm not sure if he's got cataract sometimes. Some of the misses he makes, dreadful sometimes in front of goal. But he's 24, not at his peak yet. But I'm with you too. I don't want him at Newcastle United because
we do have to consider AFCON. Sorry, I talked over you, Billy. How rude.
Yeah, you're right. AFCON as well. Yeah, so Senegal international.
We need to consider that. Can we afford that in our position? I just don't think we can. There's too many. There's more red flags here than a Chinese military parade for me. Nah.
And as someone points out there,
I do want to see
first game of the season he can't play because he's suspended from the red card he got at St James's.
Oh yeah. If you talk about this in isolation, he's an okay player. But then if I present to you option B, if I present to you option A, which is Wissa instead, who for half the price, it's got to be Wissa every day of the week. But when you're looking ballpark between 30 and 40, apparently. Fine, he is 28, 29 when the season starts, but 19 goals last year, improving as well. I would rather pay half the money and get this
in a worse side as well. Let's not forget that.
In a worse side, yeah.
And let's also consider, I don't want to give any money to Chelsea. Absolutely. Absolutely.
let's not forget Jackson's got a 200 million pound midfield feeding him, and hundreds of £1 million worth of wingers feeding him as well, and he's still only putting out that. So
No.
there is definitely something to say there. Because we promised it, guys, we will go and have a cheeky little look at Mr. Aaron. Aaron. I know we were on the hour mark, so we're going to pack it in a minute, everyone. But we have to look at. I know. But this is what the people wanted. You shouldn't have clicked the like button if you didn't want to see Aaron. This is your own fault. So 6'5", Staffordshire, England. I'm just reading things that don't make me sick.
He's a proper ball terrier.
27 now, so he's still really young for a goalkeeper, to be fair. 120 grand a week at Southampton. I mean, sorry, excuse me. How's he managed to get that from a relegated side? Bloody hell. As Billy said earlier, he has been relegated from approximately 342 teams in the Premier League. So it's not a great record for him when he goes to try and save the clubs down there. Can anybody remember off the top of their head? There you go. Here's a great quiz question for you guys if you make football quizzes. Which teams has Ramsdale been relegated with? What was it? We've got Bournemouth, Southampton.
Sheffield
Who else
United.
is he relegated? Sheffield United. That's 3. Any more?
Someone
Is
tell
there a
me.
4th?
No, it's not Burnley, is it? It's definitely not Burnley.
It's got to be. Maybe it's just 3. I feel like that's still a lot, though, considering
think
you're a
it's 3.
27-year-old goalkeeper.
Given he's only played for 4 clubs, it's pretty good.
People saying Burnley as well. Is Ramsdale playing for Burnley?
I thought Burnley,
No.
but I don't think he did play for Burnley.
No, Pope took him down, didn't he?
Yeah. So just to put this into some brief context, because we're not gonna do this one to death because it's bloody Aaron Ramsdale, guys. Save percentage of 67.6. To give you context, Nick Pope's is much higher. Martin Dubravka's is much higher. Both well above the 70 mark. Mark Gillespie doesn't play football, Billy. He is a party organizer. We've been through this. Aaron Ramsdale goals against per 90. This is a very fair metric to use because it's kind of irrelevant the games played. He's conceding over 2 goals a game, 2.2 goals per 90. When we compare that with Nick Pope, it is 1.25 for Nick Pope, and it is only 1.2 for Martin Dubravka. Nearly double what our lads are already doing. So there ain't much luck for this lad, I'm afraid. And that being said,
yeah, but you put that same kind of stat up when he was at Arsenal, it'd be a lot lower than that. I think it's unfair to tar him with that brush, given he's playing behind Southampton's defence.
Save percentage is irrelevant of the team you're in. I find
that is true. Save percentage, yeah. So yeah, you're right. But if you put his Arsenal, put the same thing up when he was at Arsenal, I bet it's much lower than that.
Of course it is. All right. I mean, I don't know. When was he at Arsenal? 20? How far back?
2-3 seasons?
23. He might have been at Arsenal then. It doesn't change these stats. It only changes his ones down there. Yeah, I'm afraid not. Aaron Ramsdale is an absolute no. And unless that goes any further, I refuse to elaborate on the data any further than that. That is his save percentage, his goals against. Everything is tragically lower. I appreciate he was in a poor Southampton side, but there's a few metrics there where you can kind of sort that out yourself. Additionally, Nick Pope's not great with his feet, nor is bloody Aaron Ramsdale. We want to get a goalkeeper through the door who's competent with their feet and isn't going to be a deer in the headlights when they're pressed.
Yeah, agree.
I'm bemused.
I've
got nothing. My posture's changed. I'm slouching. I can't deal with this. I need a virtual hug. Anybody? Someone.
Well, Oscar's saying apparently it's news. Ramsdale's tweeted it's news to him. Well,
probably because he was concentrating the twat.
Oh dear. Right, let's go through our remaining super chats before we disappear, guys. So, Mark Cooper, thank you for being a member for 14 months. Even in all, I hope we don't go for Jackson. I don't want to fund cartel clubs. I completely agree. Ilias again with another 25 Norwegian kroner. I mean, sell every bad apple. Isak is one other player.
Another player. I don't think English is his first language.
Channel Right, £2 super chat. Thank you very much, buddy. Cute doggy, Sam.
Cheers. Like a mum.
Anyway, Eric Amaral, thank you for your $1.99 super chat. We are the little fish in big pond, and it's showing. Well, we need to fatten up the fish. Eddie, throw some fish food in there. It's getting ridiculous.
Feed the
Peter
koi.
Garthwaite, we do feed the koi. £2 super chat. If we want to keep Isak, we need to show ambition. I'm not sure that's why he's throwing his toys out the pram, though. I think it's more about his own contract. That's my opinion, anyway.
I would maybe challenge that a little bit. I think contracts got something to do with it, Alex. But I think why has he waited till this long in the window to let those feelings be known? I think it's probably because we haven't done a great deal. It's a showcase of
he brought his
ambition,
mate in from Sweden.
You imagine Elanga, oh man, I'm so excited to be working with you. Oh, wait a minute.
I mean, that was in his interview. He was like, I'm so excited to play with Alex. And it's like, he's off.
Yowza.
Bless him. Benjamin Sesko, good evening, my friend. Guys, Man U isn't interested in me. It's all smoke. We thought so. Why would you want to join 15th place? No Europe, no nothing, no desire, no project, no future. Come to us. Lurafa Benisian, Martin, thank you for your £5 super chat. Newton Heath needs to sell Anthony to fund Sesko. Who is buying Anthony? A Saudi PIF-owned club. I bloody hope not, because if we facilitate another move that's going to hurt the club, it is starting to get really silly, because it's not the first time this has happened this window. Elias again with the 59 Norwegian kroner. If you keep Isak, you will end up like Rashford. Loan him to Barcelona. Newcastle fans, put away your feelings. Think the business 100, please. No, Isak, I feel like is possibly is. He's donating to the channel and assisting us in growing. So thank you, Ilias. But yeah, I think Isak's a little bit more mentally tough than Marcus Rashford. Ricky Thomas, thank you for your £5 super chat. It's like window shopping in Harrods, but you can only afford to go into pound stretchers.
Fair enough.
Ain't that the truth?
Kari Anderson, 50 Norwegian kroner. If Isak goes, let's get Strand Larsen, a Norwegian striker who's good from my neighbouring town. I know, but he loves Norwegian players, and Sesko we need.
No, thank
Larsen,
you.
That's the Wolves striker, isn't it? Strand
I
Larsen?
like Aha, but I don't like Strand Larsen. I think he's dreadful.
I think he's all right, but I think
we're like Jan Argen
a level
Fjordtoft many years ago.
No, we're a level above that now.
There's only one Norwegian striker I'd take, and he plays for Man City.
Elias again with a 59 Norwegian kroner. Newcastle fans, please forget Isak, Liverpool, or money. Try to learn what went wrong on Man United. Big team, right, but more. I'm not reading the rest of that out. Right, all right, Elias, that's enough now, my friend. We are not being talked down to as a football club. We did beat you in the final. Let's not forget that. We have the bragging right. So Liverpool fans in the chat, take a seat. Peter Garthwaite, thank you for your £2 super chat. Eddie signed him for Bournemouth. Eddie signed him for Bournemouth. I don't care what Eddie did at all with Aaron Ramsdale. He needs to delete his phone number from his phone and just not speak to him ever again. Guys, we will be back on Wednesday, unless I'm doing any ladies things tomorrow, potentially.
She's not.
No, not yet.
Yeah, the watch along. I think we've got 2 shows Wednesday. I think we've got the watch along at lunchtime, where our young players, I believe, will be taking on the Korean All Stars.
Yes, make sure you subscribe so you can come back. Billy will be doing the watch along on Wednesday. I am unfortunately at work, so we'll not be doing that. So Billy is going to have to fly solo. So please make sure you're well behaved and show your love and support to Billy, because he's got a lot to control. It's hard work. Paul is, by the way, on holiday. I think there's been a few people maybe concerned for his health. Paul is fine. He's absolutely fine. He's on holiday with his family.
He might have a bit
sunning it up. There is nothing wrong with him at all. He will be back soon. It's been feels like it's been ages already. 2-week holiday, eh? Lucky for some. But yeah, make sure you subscribe, come back Wednesday, double header. There will be the friendly, the watch along against the Korean All Stars, and then we will have a show in the evening as well. It might be with Billy, might not be. Billy might need a rest. We will see. We'll have to see Sam's availability. We won't commit her to anything while we're live on air. But thank you, everybody, for joining. Please make sure you do vote for us in the Football Content Creator Awards. There is a link down in the description below. Please vote for us in the, the Club Content Creator Premier League category. That is the one we want to be in. So click on that. I do keep forgetting as well, we do have a website, thetoonreview.com. Go and have a look at it for all your hoodies, T-shirts, bags, drinkware.
Mm.
If you want some cool stuff,
Software,
Billy is rocking one of the
workwear.
t-shirts down below. Billy,
I
do you
am.
want to do some modelling?
I do. I have t-shirt wear on.
T-shirt wear. Thank you very much. I'm definitely going to be getting that shirt, Sam, when I come up to the Cellar Cup as well, because that is beautiful. I want one with the elite badge on as well. We'll definitely have to.
We're going to have a back stat.
No, definitely not 14.
It's going to be hard to pick, isn't it? You know who's going to be going.
I think I might just go with. Oh, I'm either going to get myself and be weird, or I'll get Sandro. Sandro's possibly probably the best shout.
That's what I got.
Who did you get? Anyone?
Yeah, Tonali.
Oh, you got Tonali on the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a safe bet for now, definitely. But thank you everybody for watching. Thank you mods for keeping all of this riffraff under control. Thank you for everybody for supporting the show tonight and hitting the like so we could review our players. We'll be back on Wednesday for the double header. Until next time, take care, everyone.
Away, lads and lasses.
Come back and check out some green.